Welcome back to News On. I'm Karen Turk, filling in for Miranda Khan. After President Joe Biden took his victory lap yesterday, Eric Trump addressed the billions of dollars we practically handed over to the Taliban. Take a look.
But think about it, 600,000 arms, 76,000 vehicles. We gave a terrorist organization that 3 weeks ago was riding around on mopeds, we gave them 76,000 vehicles, tanks, APCs, up-armored Humvees. We gave them Black Hawk helicopters. We gave them C-130s. We gave them mini birds, what our special forces use to fly into the top of buildings.
Joining me now to discuss this and so much more on our bipartisan panel is Democratic strategist and attorney Ken Altshuler, an Iraq veteran and Republican congressional candidate for California's 43rd District, Joe Collins. Joe, what do you make of this? We're handing over our weapons that don't expire?
You know what? I'm distraught about the entire situation. I don't believe we should have been in Afghanistan that long, but I do believe that if we're going to pull out, you got to make sure every single terrorist organization, terrorist cell, like the Taliban, like Al-Qaeda, is eradicated before moving out, but also ensure that the Taliban government is going to have that support, not only from the United States, but from the rest of our allies as well, to continue to progress productively as we leave.
Ken, it begs to ask the question, these weapons could be used for 20, 30, 40 years or more. Same question to you about this circumstance here. What's your take?
Well, first, I'd like to remind Eric that his father had 4 years to remove troops, remove personnel from the embassy, remove weapons from Afghanistan. He made the deal. He made the deadline May 1st. He released 5,000 Taliban prisoners from jail. So before he starts criticizing Joe Biden, let's look at his own home. That being said, I don't disagree that it was not handled well. It was a fiasco. We shouldn't have been there anyway. I think Joe Biden was right that after Barack Obama, under his administration, we got Osama bin Laden. That was the time to get out. But his choice was to either send in 10 or 20,000 more troops to face the Taliban by extending the deadline or getting out when he did. I hate leaving the weapons behind. We had lots of time to get that out before now. It was a slow process. It was not done right. And I blame Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden for the mishaps. I really do.
What's even more disturbing about this is the fact checkers seem to be out in full force over this issue. We've talked about the weapons being left behind, and I came across something on Facebook scrolling through early this morning. Facebook is now actually flagging the posts of people that are talking about the equipment that we left behind, flagging this as false information. If they're flagging this, it begs to ask the question, what else are they flagging? Why are they trying to take this out of the narrative that we left these things behind? Is this an opportunity for them to just cover this up? Joe, what do you think about that?
Well, I'm a conservative Republican, and this is something that is not new to me. Facebook flags everything that it doesn't want out there. Anything that can embarrass the United States, embarrass the legislators of the United States. Facebook is going to remove it, especially if it's extremely liberal or, punches a black eye in a liberal agenda. So I'm not new to what Facebook is doing, but I think it's extremely dangerous for Facebook to start removing information and taking information from the public, whether it's true or false. Freedom of speech is the right of everybody, and so is freedom of expression. And Facebook is no company to take that right from anybody.
You would think that it would fall under First Amendment rights for someone to post this. And, it seems to be factual information, I think, is why I was so bothered as I scrolled through this. And Ken, I'm wondering what your take is on that same question.
Well, unfortunately, Facebook is it's a publicly traded company, but it's privately owned. They can do what they want. And so remember, freedom of speech is prohibiting government from curtailing our speech. I am not a big fan of censorship. And I was not a big fan when Donald Trump was not allowed to use Twitter. I think that you should let people say whatever they want. Let people listen to everybody's input. You make the decision what's right and wrong. So I agree with you, but I think it's poor management for Facebook or Twitter to censor people. It is their legal right to do. I'm a big advocate for free speech. government or otherwise. I would not do it. I think the reason they flagged it was there's a question about whether those weapons are operative. There's certainly people who have said we have left it disabled. I don't believe that either, frankly. I don't think you can make weapons disabled. I don't think they had time to do that. So I think that Facebook is wrong to do it. And I think that everybody should allow a forum for free speech, just like this show does. This show doesn't suppress people's opinions, and neither should Facebook, frankly.